Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Elephant in the Room. If I'm not mistaken, this is episode number 5. Unfortunately, this evening, our other co-host, Negro, aka Ro, is not going to be with us this evening. That nigga is again on his Axel Foley. He be taking too many vacations from his job. But nonetheless, me and Tone is here. We're here to kick it with y'all. The topic of tonight, besides whatever else that we bring up, is about you tender dick niggas. You niggas who eat where you shit. Or shit where you eat, rather. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming. Make sure when you come in, you respect my house like you respect your granny house. Bang the like button for me the same way you wipe your feet before you walk over the threshold. Anyway, welcome back again, Tone. I was just thinking to myself, damn, it's Monday again already. I tell you, man, when I was young, it seemed like time was slow. It took forever for the school year to go past. Now, shit, last week seemed like yesterday. So it's just something to look out for as you get older. You know, let a player know if you ever noticed that phenomenon. So
Shit, last week felt like this morning.
I know that's right. especially now, I done re-upped on my Centrum. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the vitamins in. Got to keep the vitamins in you when you get older, especially when your diet ain't 100% what it should be, and you don't get all your vitamins and minerals and shit. So anyway, I got my coffee on deck. I got my doobie rolled up, and I'm ready to go. Um, the term tender dick applies. It's an old school term. Shout out to the homie King Dre because he's probably the only other person who's ever mentioned this terminology, and online that I could recall. But it's a
I was gonna
term
say
that
some of the
applies.
slim. That's some
Oh, it's
iceberg
a it's
slim.
a it's a term that applies to 99% of guys, in my opinion, who can't seem to activate their inner superhero and deactivate the power of the pussy that it has over them. And it's been a notable case, but we'll get into it later. It's just my personal opinion based on my observation that most dudes is tender dicks. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of guys they get with women and they get quote unquote pussy whipped. You know, they can't make a move without worrying about what the chick doing with her pussy. And then it takes on other forms where tonight's main topic, you'll find that a lot of you guys, you such suckers for pussy that you allowed to fuck up your money, fuck up your job, have you all out on blast in the news for everybody to point their finger at and laugh at. Any man who doesn't have control over his penis is a tender dick nigga. What you think, Tone? I don't know. Have you ever even heard of that terminology before in your lifetime?
First
And
time I
did you
ever
know
heard of
what?
that
Did you
term
know
was
what it meant?
when I first heard it. No, but I think the first time I heard it was I was listening to it was Iceberg Slim. He wrote about it. He wrote it in a book. He was talking about how he got caught up because he was tender dicking some chick, and he allowed it to have him slipping on his Mac, basically.
Well, we're gonna get to that a little later on in the show. But for right now, is any topics or anything that happened over the past week that you found important enough to mention?
Actually, since we're talking about terms, it was a term I heard recently called lifestyle inflation. You know what that is?
Call what?
Lifestyle inflation.
Oh Lord, nah, I never even heard that. But shit, explain, break it down.
It's the concept of like when you make money, you feel the need to add more expenses to your life instead of when you make more money, you maintain the lifestyle you have easy.
Oh, that sound like lifestyle liabilities to me, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Cause
exactly. That's exactly you're inflating your own problems by constantly
you,
saying, okay, now I make this much, so I'm gonna put, I want to buy a house that's this much now instead of one that was, more reasonable. Just because like, oh, I can't pay for it, but that don't mean you can afford it.
yeah.
Because affording
Oh
it means you
well,
can live your lifestyle right now, and that won't affect it any differently than it was prior to.
Well, truth be told, most people don't understand the financial system, the inner workings, or how it even works in general. And I myself am guilty of that too. Although I would say that I think I know a little bit more than most people. Of course, there are going to be people who know a little bit more than me, and so forth and so on. But most people think that cash currency is money, and it isn't, because it's debt, and debt by definition can't be money. The only thing that could be money is something that is considered to be an asset that has no liability. Debt is a liability. But I say all that to say that most, I'm gonna say most black people have no fucking clue what finances is about. And you have a tendency to see what you describe mostly among black people. You don't
Yeah,
see you notice with other groups of people, white folks, you know, etc. They usually are a lot more serious when it comes to finances. And anybody with any common sense, and any basic skill in arithmetic or mathematics, general mathematics, will understand that you can't get something from nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what credit is. You getting something with a promise to pay it back in the future, but there's no guarantee that you're going to do that. And so if you don't pay it back in the future, you got what? Something for nothing. But somebody always has to pay for that. It's got to be compensated for in some way, or some form by somebody. But I'm not familiar with that term, lifestyle inflation. That it's kind of a confusing term to me, because inflation means to literally add to the existing supply. So, for example, let's say you had 100 pennies sitting on your table right now. Every time you added a penny, you would be inflating the supply. So to have a lifestyle inflation would mean you would be adding more to your life.
yeah, you added more to your
Yeah.
life,
But
and
it
that's
doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? So let's say you added more peace in your life, more quality things in your life. Would that be a bad thing? Not necessarily. Could it qualify as lifestyle inflation? Sure, why not? But yeah, I'm not familiar with that term.
well, just because the point of the term is to refer to the fact that people get a little bit more money, but increase the amount that they want to flash for the amount they want their lifestyle to represent. Like for instance, if I make 60 grand a year, right, and I get approved for a loan on a $2 million house because I make however much amount of money a year. Now I don't have the money to physically buy a $2 million house, but I can get a loan on it for however many years. I've tied myself to that $2 million house with all. and by lifestyle, they don't mean like your day to day, but like the lifestyle you try to present to everybody else. Because at the end
No,
of the day, that's what most people are doing now.
well, I think I might be able to sum up those two terms in one word. Sound like niggas just be fronting. But
Yeah,
a lot of people do that. And in this society that we live in, the way the economy is set up, we are incentivized to do shit like that. You know, and then
right.
you
That's why I
know,
wanted to talk about it.
a lot of people, you know, who don't have eyes can't see. Cause what I see when I see people, I this happens to me all the time. Like I'll be riding around and I'll see like a really nice Mercedes Benz or something parked out in front of a raggedy ass goddamn house, and I'm like,
Exactly.
how you got this expensive ass car? You got this raggedy ass goddamn house. You understand what I'm saying? It like it don't make no sense. But all of these things, you know, possessions, material things, people use them as symbols of status. And unfortunately, we live in a world where the way the economy functions, you could pretend, you could fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, salute to the homie Cam for making it in one more time. As my financial advisor, ladies and gentlemen. He says most people can't even budget. It's like 50%, 56% of Americans don't even have $1,000 saved up. Shit, I got more than that in goddamn Bitcoin. The same Bitcoin I lost when I ran across the front lawn. But that's true, Cam. That is true. And I would also say again to to harken back to something that I just said just here a moment ago, and that is because at least here in America, based on the way the economy is set up, we're not incentivized to save. As a matter of fact, in this credit based system, savers are losers, basically. And it's because we are incentivized to borrow. And we're incentivized to borrow because this economy has to have constant growth. And you can't have constant growth unless you have people always borrowing. And so motherfuckers be in debt with that big $2 million house, and they only got a $60,000 job, but their credit is 750. You know, so basically, the way this economy is set up, it allows you to pull money out the future, a future that you ain't even got to yet. So Cam says it also should have seen that 11.99 TV in the front of Costco when those stimulus checks came. Yeah, man, they don't call it the game for nothing. It don't just stop at the dynamics between men and women. You know, like take real estate for example. America, especially in regards to real estate, is set up like a real life monopoly game. It's set up just like that. So, as far as game goes, you know, everything is a game. If you look at it with the right eye. Anything else, Tone, before we move on?
I mean, that was pretty much the gist of it. I just wanted to, kind of get into the fact that like that's kind of what's held pretty much not even just black people, pretty much a lot of us back. Period is the need to feel like since we making more, we need to
Well,
show that
I'm
we
only
making more.
concerned about black people because we doing the worst right now. I
Talk
worry
about my
about
subject,
everybody.
brother. This is my subject, brother. You direct the subject. I didn't ask you
Uh,
what you care about yet, player. Instead of what I wanted to talk about, and this is what the hell
Nah,
I chose
you
to
know
talk
who you sound like that comedian that be doing the voiceover over like the videos and shit. I remember he did one with two cats fighting. He was like, "You gonna get all these
Oh, you
skibbity
you
paps."
talking about, you talking about Tony Baker? Yeah, that nigga Tony
Yeah,
Baker.
Tony Baker. Follow Tony Baker on Instagram. I started following him on Instagram recently.
Facts.
Yo, that dude voiceovers is hilarious, man. He be having me
Bro,
rolling.
it'd be perfectly timed and everything. He would be doing like when they like somebody get like a bag over their head or something. That shit be funny as hell.
Yo,
Uh,
he's like, he's like, yo, Simon, you gonna get all these skibbity paps right here. You know how when cats wind up,
you do
they
little-
hit you like 1,000 times and shit. But in other news, we got the welfare king. Cause truth be told, cause I'm an older gentleman, and during my youth, I grew up hearing how black women were welfare queens, and it wasn't until I became a young adult and did a little bit of research and found out that in reality, it's more white people on food stamps than there are black people, and the real welfare queen is the white woman, the poor white woman that live out in the Midwest and out in the West. Like
I
the
mean, that's
middle of
like
the
that's
country.
kind of like a challenge to some people.
But this is something that happened recently. It's no surprise to me. I understand how the game is played, and I just don't see why black people are surprised at this point by any of the shit that white people do and get away with that niggas can't do and get away with it. It's because of racism, niggas. I keep telling you that. As much as you don't want to accept it, that's what it is. But your man, because you niggas love to watch football, which is, I don't watch football, just like I don't watch boxing. Because I'm not interested in watching black men destroy themselves physically for the entertainment of white people. But I read uh, a comment earlier by a young man named Kasim Rashid Esquire, and the comment goes, "They killed Eric Garner for allegedly selling loose cigarettes. They killed George Floyd for an alleged counterfeit $20 bill. But Brett Favre conspired with people to steal $5 million in welfare funds. People who have pled guilty to that theft, and yet he walks free without a charge or complaint." Well, that's how it is when you white. Plus, you got money and you famous. Because as far as I'm concerned, didn't they just hit like some rappers with a RICO charge? Didn't they just hit them school teachers in Atlanta a year or 2 or 3 years ago with a RICO charge for something under this very similar? And what kind of lesson is being communicated to people when you can have somebody famous, you know, be involved in such shenanigans, and everybody else gets in trouble, but the notable person. What are your thoughts? Did you even hear about this? And do you like Green? Are
Um,
you a Green Bay Packer fan, nigga?
I'm from Detroit. I'm not allowed to, so that's
Oh, you're a Detroit Lions fan. Okay,
here's the
Barry
thing. I'm not
Sanders.
a Lions fan. I'm not a Lions
Damn it,
fan.
man. Why you lying? I'm fucking with you.
I abide by the rules, except the one rule that they don't have is you don't have to be a Lions fan. You just gotta respect the fact that they're from Detroit.
I got you.
The Lions, I'm sorry, I gave up on them in high school. The year they went 0 for 16, I was like, yeah, bro, that broke my heart.
God damn, that's worse than the Miami Dolphins. But did you hear about this scheme with Brett Favre? You know,
I saw something about it,
obviously
but when I had tried to
obviously
click on it,
colluding Yeah, obviously colluding to steal welfare funds. I mean, to me, it ain't no surprise. Cause see, I come from the era when you used to go to the bodega and you'd sell paper foods. This back when you had paper food stamps. You know, like dollar bills, they had food stamp bills, just like dollars. They came in different colors, real life monopoly money. But I remember we used to go and cash them in for 75 cents on a dollar. So, people can do it and get away with it. They will. That's the secret of people. But it's no surprise to me why a high profile white man with a lot of money ain't gonna get in trouble. Unless white people who ultimately are the folks who hold everybody accountable for their actions, unless they think he deserved to be incarcerated and or punished further. But, like I said, he got the complexion for the protection. And it should be no surprise to black people that, white folks carry on in such a manner and are able to get away with it while you can't. You have to understand that we live in a system of racism, white supremacy, a global system of people who classify themselves as white and are dedicated to abusing and or subjugating everyone in the known universe who they classify as not white. Because truth be told, there are no black people in terms of skin complexion. All black people are brown, really, if you really want to be honest. Which is why the term black and brown makes no sense to me. Like, black people are brown, and so are Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Tone, you still there?
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know if he was asking a question for real or if that was like rhetorical.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was on my soapbox.
yeah, I noticed that you asked a question earlier and you answered it for me, but it's all good. Uh, I think the problem is we allowed it for so long that people. I don't know. I think honestly it's something we should consider stop doing.
What's that?
Like just saying we are brown at the end of the day.
That's facts. We are all brown, you know. And what most of us don't understand is that black is a political category, just like white is a political category, because there's no person on the planet, no human being that has white colored skin. Skin the same color as toilet paper or correction fluid, not even an albino. So, you know, but again, like I said, I have a certain understanding. Not everybody has the same understanding or is even interested in having the same understanding that I do. I understand that. I acknowledge that. But unfortunately for them, they don't understand why a lot of the shit that happens to and around them happens, whereas I do. So, anyway, you got anything else before we move to the main topic? Because we're not going to be here all
Uh,
night tonight, folks.
no, I ain't got nothing else on that.
Okay. Said, and then Cam said, and then gave them USDA loans at low interest rates when they moved them out. They weren't available to black people. Oh man, white folks are very sophisticated when it comes to where black people are going to be allowed to live. They're very sophisticated when it comes to confiscating property from black people. Oh man, reading is more important than watching TV, and niggas don't read. They're on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram all day. Niggas don't even know what books is, but they know what the latest rap dance is, which is very unfortunate because we've been groomed to be that way. Anyway, the main topic for tonight, again, we was talking about it in the beginning, is a lot of you guys are tender dick dudes. And how you interact with women is what determines whether you a tender dick dude or not. And let me see, how the fuck do you pronounce this dude's name? Who's currently in the news right now? I think I caught him on TMZ, but he's the fiance of old girl Nia Long. I never thought she was cute when she was younger. She looked better now that she
Really?
got a little age on her. Yeah, she was always skinny for some reason. To me,
I
just
can see that.
she had a cute face, but she was. I like girls with a little bit of meat on their motherfucking bones. I need something to hold on to for this ride. I'm getting ready to go on, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they kind of pushed that real like her body type a lot in the '90s. That's why you have people like Jada Pinkett and all the other ones.
Yeah, I never thought that Jada Pinkett was all that back in the days either. Janet Jackson was a fine motherfucker in Poetic Justice. Whew!
Yes,
Boy,
indeed.
oh boy. And she a Taurus? Boy, let me tell you something about them Taurus girls. If you like a girl that's hedonistic, get you a Taurus. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, this gentleman, Ime Udoka, the head coach of
Yeah.
the Boston Celtics, he recently got lambasted in the news. I seen it on TMZ. You know, a lot of motherfuckers talking about it on social media. Shout out to Sir Ism. I think he did something on it last night. But here's an example of why you do not uh, shit where you eat. In other words, a lot of you guys, it ain't bad enough that you already having all kinds of other problems with women. You gonna compound your problems with one more motherfucking problem and start screwing these bras at the job. First of all, get some goddamn self control, nigga. If you are engaged to be married, then what the fuck is you sleeping around with other bitches for? Y'all niggas been listening to Kevin Samuels too long. But if you engaged to be married, the last thing you should be doing is fucking on other broads. And then make it
Right.
doubly worse, fucking on bras at your job who will go back and tell on you or can.
One of
Plus,
them was the vice president's wife.
that's crazy. Plus, I'm gonna let you get into that. Plus, not only that, but you fucking up your money. And this is why I say that this dude qualifies as a tender dick because he willing to fuck up his money for some pussy. Me, fuck that bitch, fuck her pussy, and 10 bitches that look like that bitch. Bitch, go sell it so you could give me that money, and I can add it to the money I got right now. Cause I got shit I'm trying to do. My attitude is 180 degrees different from 99.99% of you motherfuckers because y'all some tender dick motherfuckers. You not used to being with women, which is your fault. You too thirsty for pussy, which is your fault. And just like this dude, I'm sure a lot of you motherfuckers have entertained fucking abroad at your job. You have in the past, or you are planning to do so in the future. Now, let me just share a little story with you from my experience. Now, I don't fuck women who I work with. I've long since come to the understanding that, wait a minute, I make this much money and I work here. This bitch work here. She can't possibly be making as much as I'm making. So why am I fucking her? You understand what I'm saying? Even if she gave me her whole check, it wouldn't be enough. I could do good all by myself. But I had one incident with a young lady who I wasn't trying to hit on her. I wasn't trying to rap to her or nothing. But, bitches are crazy. And they will make up shit. As we have all seen on social media. Plenty of content creators post shit about how women make up shit. So, to make a long story short, I get a call from my boss like, yo, such and such said that you was harassing her. And I was, confused. Like, what the fuck you mean? Harassed her how? What's your evidence? And from that point forward, even before then, it became a concrete principle of mine that fucking broads that I work with is a no. It complicates shit too much. And now we're in the Me Too era. You not only do you stand to lose your fucking job or your career, which is going to interfere with your fucking life, this bitch could put a false rape allegation on you and won't nobody know it till after the fucking fact. But by then, your reputation fucked up. So this dude, what's his name again?
Ime Udoka.
Ime Udoka. He damn near could get drugged like R. Kelly got drugged. That's how much of a fucked up position that he has put himself in by being a tender dick motherfucker and not having no fucking control over his dingaling. And a lot of you motherfuckers is the same way. Cause if it wasn't true, you wouldn't be on here trying to get advice on how to get these broads that you claim you don't like. And a lot of you motherfuckers is going overseas to do the same shit. You just want a bitch that's more pleasant. Most of what the fuck you motherfuckers do, you do for women. See, I don't compete with other dudes for bitches. You know why? Because I walk around like my shit don't stink, like I'm supposed to get bitches. So all that men do this, and that because we competing with each other for bitches, yeah, all right, whatever. You can subscribe to that shit if you want to. I don't have to compete because I'm one of a goddamn kind. You can't beat me at that. Anyway, enough of my fucking rambling. Tone, what's your thoughts on this situation with this goofball up in Boston?
I was
And what you
always
think? What
told,
you think about Miss Leah Long? Well, fine, so.
oh, you already know what I think about her. That's a say that for the OnlyFans. Anyway,
Tone gonna have an
yeah,
OnlyFans next week, y'all. Subscribe.
yeah. You follow me at Black Licorice. You fuck with it, or you don't.
As you
So,
say, black licorice, shut the fuck out.
you fuck with it, or you don't.
Call him the black baby old bear.
But
Anyway, go ahead,
yeah,
man.
he definitely put himself in a very compromising position. See, the difference between
Mm,
him and a lot of like regular people is the fact that one, it would be very hard for his information to get plastered out there, and two, they probably don't have that much to lose as he had to. You sat here and worked your whole life, you played the NBA, you did all of that, you got out of it, and gained the knowledge on how to be a coach. You became a coach, got on a good team with good players, and managed to get all the way to the finals. Now at the peak of your career, because as a basketball player, he was nice, but he wasn't, he's in a much better position, like basketball history wise, than he was. Well, now he's not, but prior to this, he was. His first year
mm,
there, he got the team all the way to the final. And in that period of time, you've allowed yourself. I mean, look, you didn't grab me alone. I mean, you know how many people like as kids was like, oh, one day when I get older, that's gonna be mine. I mean, you did that. you got yourself in that position and you allowed yourself to throw it all away. You like it's so much he could have done with his career after this start. Like you worked hard and threw it away for probably 10, 15 minutes.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Did you say earlier that he slept with the vice president wife?
Yeah, the vice
Oh
president of
yeah.
the Celtics, the Celtics,
See, now
like
now
team.
now 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 you he really fucked up because
You know what
that
I mean?
dude is gonna have it out for him. Yeah, he might.
Not to mention,
I would be surprised because if I ain't mistaken, they suspended him for the next year.
yeah,
I would be
well, he might get
surprised.
hurt.
Yeah, I would be surprised within that 12 months if they don't fire him.
Yeah,
Especially is the is the dude white? Who white he
if I'm
fuck?
not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, most definitely. But it was more
Oh
than one
yeah,
person.
he fired. He fired.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, all now think about that,
Bro, who's you?
guys.
Why
All
would somebody?
that, all that, all that for 2 shots of pussy, and he get ready to marry a bitch. This is what I mean when I tell you niggas that your dick control you. You niggas, a lot of the shit that you niggas do, you do for motherfucking women. You just won't admit it. You won't say it like that. You won't say what the fuck it is. Cause you motherfuckers are some cowards. I hate to say it like that, but I gotta say what's real. I gotta say what's real. Niggas is out here spending buku goddamn dollars on dumb shit. Ain't got a goddamn no investments. They ain't got nothing saved. Motherfuckers out here making babies. They don't even own a fucking house for their babies to have somewhere to live. You know, niggas is fucked up out here, man. They fucked up out here. And the Bible say you don't really want until you want for your brother like you want for yourself. But you can want for your brother all the fuck you want. It don't mean that motherfucker gonna want it too.
Right.
You know? So I just had to be content with wanting it for you motherfuckers. I can't want it and give it to you too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And but one thing you could always rest assured on is I'm gonna give it to you raw. I ain't gonna beat around the motherfucking bush unless it's with your baby mama or your auntie.
Right.
I'm just playing. I won't fuck with your baby mama.
Get a
She
hatchet.
got she got kids by you, nigga. You need to take care of the motherfucking babies and get that goofy bitch to act right. But yeah,
Get
man.
some better Capri Sun.
But besides that, besides that, it's looking like the economy is on the brink of collapse. Um, the Japanese yen is crashing. The yuan is crashing. The British pound is crashing. The euro is crashing, all up against the dollar, which is basically the best crack house on a crack street. To put it lightly, or mildly rather. But yeah, the dollar is getting very strong in comparison to other fiat currencies, and that could be very problematic. It could be very problematic because if the dollar keeps getting strong, it's going to cause defaults in other currencies in other countries across the globe, which in turn will force those people to funnel more money into the dollar, which is it's a fucked up feedback loop. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a fucked up feedback loop. But the stronger the dollar get, the more likely it is that the global economy will crash. You know, this shit could be worse than 2008, and niggas is worrying about getting some pussy. Nigga, you finna be poor and can't pay your bills. And you gonna be asking the government for stimmy checks.
Not if they
Nigga,
fucking the president's wife.
nigga, food is disappearing off the motherfucking shelves. Every guy, yo, when I go to the grocery store, nigga, I gotta get up like 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday and get there with the old ladies and shit. Otherwise, by the time I get to the grocery store, the shit that I want is gone.
You know, them ain't the groceries niggas care about no more, bro. Niggas eating all different kinds of groceries these days, bro.
You
They
nasty
don't care about,
motherfucker.
bro. They don't care, bro. That's what it is.
Niggas don't know
They
how to
don't
grow
care.
their own. Niggas don't know how to grow their own motherfucking food. You know, and don't misunderstand me. I'm not disparaging niggas, cause I'm a nigga too. I'm just saying these things to point out that we in a fucked up position. And it's about high time that niggas start getting serious, man. Cause this is really serious time. Now, I don't say that I would never be as foolish as to say that everything that white folks say is a lie. But I do understand that they, out of 100 things, they can tell you 99 truths, but it's that one lie that fucks up everything. Anyway, with that said, it's hard for me to believe that they really go spend a lot of time trying to lie about how the economy is going because it affects them too. Just look at the situation that Europe is in right now. Europe is looking like the sick old man with AIDS in the room right now. They got motherfuckers over there literally who might freeze to death this winter. So all that to say, there's a lot of serious shit going on, man, that guys should be paying more attention to, investing more of their time and their energy into seeing how these events are going to affect their lives instead of worrying about, you know, the same bitches that y'all complain about every week. Y'all cash at me, nigga. Y'all cash at them niggas. Shit, I take Bitcoin, nigga. It's on sale right now. So, you know, it's a lot of serious shit going on. And over the next decade or so, there's gonna be a lot of major changes, man. I mean, I put the video up on my Instagram. Elon Musk said a lot of motherfuckers gonna lose their jobs. You already seeing it. Has COVID taught you niggas nothing? Of course not, because you still living the same. But anyway, any last words? Any final thoughts? Anything else you want to mention? Don't forget to plug your social media before we get out of here, Tone, man.
Okay, well, you already know you can follow me on Instagram at Tone Your Food. Once again, that's at Tone Your Food. And as far as my final thoughts, I just want to say the reason a lot of stuff is the way it is now is because everybody's so like focused on what can I get today instead of what I do today, how what I do today affects 5 years from now, 10 years, 2 days from now, 10 minutes from now. Most people don't think about it. And that's partially the reason, for example, our economy is the way it is right now. Everybody was like, yay, stimulus checks, blow money, blow cash, blow cash. And then now we're dealing with the repercussion of it. And people are like, well, what's going on? Instead of like preparing for what happened because everybody's so focused on, nonsense. Or just the now, not even just nonsense, period, just the now.
No doubt.
Like you
I
said, it's
I
a lot of
agree a
shit
hundred.
coming, and nobody seems to have their pooper scoopers.
Exactly.
Everybody just waiting for the shit to come.
Like my daddy used to tell me, man, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I can see, with my third eye, there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that have no plans whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure that this young man, I can't I swear I keep forgetting this motherfucker's name, man. Uh Ime Udoka. I'm pretty sure he didn't plan for things to go the way that they went. And that's because he failed to plan to begin with. Because a motherfucker like me, I'm never sacrificing my motherfucking money for no female ever. Because I could get another female. It's hard to make up that money that you missed because you can't make the time back up.
And now your reputation, like you couldn't stop yourself from sleeping with the owner's, the vice president of the organization's wife, bro.
Yeah, then you
Like
sleeping. You that should let you know when the vice president wife try to throw some pussy at you. That's when you should know. Yeah, I'm the shit, and I'm such a debonair
trust is king.
motherfucker, bitch. You can't
Time to
even
turn
fuck
it down.
me.
Exactly.
What he should have did is told that bitch give him some money. That's what he should have did. Show me that you serious, bitch. I need $100,000 tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So you
Not
niggas,
12:01.
that's why you niggas can't get no money out of bitches because you too motherfucking pussy to open up your mouth and ask for it. You motherfuckers don't got the same audacity that these bitches got. That's why you motherfuckers be complaining. Truth be told. But anyway, that's our show for tonight. Unfortunately, again, Ro couldn't be with us. That nigga is off doing his haberdasher's act. But hopefully he'll be back with us next Monday night at 9 p.m. You know the motherfucking place. You know the channel. Don't forget to bang the like button. Tell your auntie I said what's up.
Bang,
Tell
bang,
your
bang, bang,
grandma to subscribe to the motherfucking Topcast. We'll holler at you motherfuckers next week. Peace, Tone.
bang.
Peace, y'all.